Have you ever wondered why most people stay stuck in the same patterns year after year, despite wanting to change? It's not because they're lazy or incapable. It's because real change is uncomfortable, and our brains are wired to avoid discomfort. We settle into routines, make excuses, and fear failure more than we desire growth. But here's the truth: you can break free. Change is possible when you learn how to override these mental traps. In this video, we'll uncover why most people never change, and exactly how you can. Today we will talk about why most people never change, and how you can. So before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Change is one of the most sought-after yet elusive goals in life. Millions set resolutions, dream of better futures, and imagine new versions of themselves, but very few achieve true, lasting transformation. It's not because change is impossible. It's because the majority of people fall into psychological, emotional, and behavioral traps that keep them stuck in place. In this article, we'll dive deep into why most people never change and, more importantly, how you can break free from these patterns to actually reinvent yourself. 1. Comfort zones are psychological cages. The number one reason most people never change is because they're trapped in their comfort zones. A comfort zone is more than just physical surroundings. It's a mental state where routines, beliefs, and behaviors feel familiar and safe. Even if someone is dissatisfied with their life, the fear of the unknown often outweighs the discomfort of their current situation. Change requires uncertainty, risk, and stepping into unfamiliar territory. Most people subconsciously prefer predictability over growth. This is why they cling to old habits, even when those habits sabotage their happiness. To break out of this trap, you need to consciously embrace discomfort. Growth lives outside your comfort zone, and unless you're willing to feel awkward, scared, or temporarily incompetent, true change will never happen. 2. People rely on motivation instead of systems. Another major reason people never change is because they wait to feel motivated. Motivation is unreliable. It fluctuates with mood, energy levels, and circumstances. People often start new habits when they're feeling inspired, but when the motivation fades, which it always does, they fall back into old routines. True change comes from building systems and structures that make the desired behavior automatic. For example, instead of relying on motivation to exercise, schedule your workouts like meetings you can't skip. Set out your gym clothes the night before. Remove friction from good habits and add friction to bad ones. Systems beat motivation every time. If you can engineer your environment to support your new identity, you won't need to rely on fleeting willpower. 3. The power of identity. Why people stay the same. Most people never change because they don't change their self-image. If you believe you're lazy, undisciplined, or just not the type to succeed, your subconscious mind will work tirelessly to prove that belief true. You will always act in alignment with who you believe you are. This is why habits stick when they're tied to identity. Instead of saying, "I want to run," say, "I'm a runner." Instead of trying to quit smoking, embody the belief, "I am not a smoker." When your identity shifts, your behavior naturally follows. Without this inner transformation, people stay locked in old patterns because their minds are trying to maintain consistency with who they believe themselves to be. If you want to change, you must first rewrite your story about who you are. 4. Deep-seated fears hold people hostage. Change often threatens core fears that people rarely address. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of rejection, and fear of losing relationships can subconsciously hold people back from evolving. For example, someone might fear that if they become fit, wealthy, or confident, they will lose friends who are used to seeing them struggle. Others fear that they will try and fail, proving to themselves that they were never good enough after all. These hidden fears quietly sabotage progress. The solution? You must become aware of these fears and challenge them directly. Fear loses its grip when you confront it with action and logic. Ask yourself, what's the worst-case scenario? Can I handle that? What's the cost of staying the same? Often, staying stuck is far riskier than trying and failing. 5. People are addicted to instant gratification. In today's world, people are wired for short-term pleasure. Social media, fast food, binge-watching, all of it trains the brain to crave quick rewards. Real change, however, is a long game. Building a business, losing weight, learning a skill. These things require delayed gratification and consistent effort without immediate payoff. Most people give up too soon because they don't get fast results. They expect overnight transformation in a process that inherently takes months or years. To succeed, you need to train your brain to fall in love with the process, not just the outcome. Celebrate small wins. Focus on daily actions, not distant goals. Reshape your reward system to find satisfaction in progress, not perfection. 6. Social circles reinforce the status quo. People often fail to change because they are surrounded by others who reinforce their current identity and behaviors. Whether we realize it or not, we tend to mirror the people we spend the most time with. If your friends, family, or colleagues are negative, complacent, or resistant to growth, it becomes significantly harder to break free and pursue a new path. Sometimes people even sabotage your progress, fearing they'll lose the connection they have with the old you. To break this cycle, you must carefully audit your environment. Seek out mentors, communities, and friendships that pull you forward. If you want to change your life, you may have to change who you spend your time with. Surround yourself with people who embody the qualities you aspire to develop. 7. Lack of clear, actionable plans. Another overlooked reason most people never change is because they don't have a clear, step-by-step plan. Vague goals like get healthy, be more productive, or improve finances lack structure and measurability. Without specific actionable steps, it's easy to procrastinate and stay overwhelmed. Change requires precision. You need to know exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to track your progress. Instead of saying, "I'll start exercising," say, "I'll walk for 30 minutes at 7 a.m. every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday." Break big goals into tiny, manageable tasks. Clarity breeds action, and when you combine small, consistent steps with clear tracking, you build unstoppable momentum. Most people never get this far because they don't map out the path. They just vaguely hope things will improve. 8. How you can change, the proven path forward. So, how can you actually change when most people never do? First, accept that discomfort, discipline, and patience are non-negotiable. You must push beyond the emotional resistance of your comfort zone. Second, build systems that make good behaviors easy and bad behaviors hard. Don't rely on willpower, design your environment for success. Third, upgrade your identity. Act as the person you want to become, not the person you've always been. Fourth, confront your fears. Acknowledge them, but don't obey them. Fifth, shift your mindset to love the process, not just the outcome. 6. Surround yourself with growth-minded people who challenge you to rise. 7. Create an actionable, measurable plan that leaves no room for confusion. Real, lasting change is not a mystery, it's a formula. The question is whether you're willing to commit to it long enough to experience the transformation most people only dream about. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please give it the thumbs up. Leave a comment and click the button to subscribe.